Do you know that 90% of Chevrolet transmission failures don't come from towing or high mileage? They come from 7 hidden factory features and settings that are destroying your transmission right now. GM and dealerships know this, but they won't tell you, because a failed transmission means $3,000 to $8,000 in repairs, and they profit from every single one of it. Today, I'm exposing all 7 and how you can fix them easily. Let's go. Feature number 1. Auto stop start left on your truck sitting at a red light, then the engine automatically shuts off. By the time the light turns green, the auto start fires the engine back up again. You've probably heard this feature is great for fuel economy and the environment. Here's what they're not telling you. Every time that engine restarts, your transmission has to re-engage. Your torque converter has to lock and unlock. Your clutch packs cycle through pressure changes they weren't designed for. If you're in stop-and-go traffic, that's happening dozens of times per commute. Over a year, that's 6,000 extra start-stop cycles your transmission never had to deal with before. Here's the fix. Either press the Auto Stop/Start Disable button every time you start your truck, or install an Auto Stop Eliminator device that does it automatically. They cost $50 to $100 and plug right into your OBD port. Now here's the part that makes this worse. Auto Stop Start isn't about what's best for your truck. It's about GM meeting government fuel economy standards. They're required to have it by the EPA. But you're the one paying for the repairs when it wears out your starter and shortens your transmission's lifespan. Your starter motor wasn't designed for 6,000 extra cycles per year. It's designed for maybe 50,000 total starts over the truck's lifetime. With Auto Stop Start, you'll hit that in a few years instead of 200,000 miles. And when your starter fails, that's $200 to $500. When your transmission starts slipping early because of all those extra engagement cycles, that's thousands more. Turn it off every single time, or install the eliminator and never think about it again. Feature number 2. Cold start shifting. You start your truck in the morning, engine fires up. You immediately shift into drive or reverse and head out. You do this twice a day, every single day, and every single time, without you knowing, you're damaging your transmission. Here's what's happening. When your truck sits overnight, transmission fluid drains back into the pan. When you start cold, that fluid is thick, around 60 to 80 degrees. It needs to be at least 160 degrees to flow properly and lubricate. So when you don't wait and shift into gear immediately and start driving, your clutch packs are engaging with cold, thick fluid that can't protect them. That's metal-on-metal contact happening inside your transmission. Here's the fix. After starting your truck, wait 30 to 60 seconds before shifting into gear. Let the transmission fluid warm up and start circulating. That's it. Now here's why this matters. Every cold start shift creates a tiny bit of wear on your clutch packs. One time, not a big deal, but multiply that by twice a day, 365 days a year. That's 730 cold starts annually. Over 5 years, that's 3,650 times you've forced your transmission to engage without proper lubrication. All that wear adds up. Your transmission that should last 200,000 miles starts failing at 120,000 miles instead. And here's the worst part. Modern idling restrictions and eco-friendly advice tell you to start and go immediately to save fuel. So you think you're doing the right thing, but you're trading pennies in fuel savings for thousands in transmission damage. Wait 30 seconds. That's all it takes to protect a $3,000 to $8,000 transmission. Feature number 3, tow/haul mode misuse. You've got that tow/haul button on your shifter. And some Chevy owners think leaving it on all the time gives them better performance or protects the transmission with those firmer shifts. Here's the truth. GM designed tow/haul mode for one specific purpose: towing heavy trailers or hauling loaded beds. The owner's manual says to use it only when you're at 75% or more of your towing capacity. But what actually happens when you run it empty? The transmission holds gears way longer than it should. Instead of shifting at 2,500 revolutions per minute, it's screaming at 3,500 or 4,000 revolutions per minute. Your engine's working harder, building excess heat, and that heat kills transmissions. Here's the fix. Only use tow/haul when you're actually towing or hauling something heavy. If your bed's empty and there's no trailer hooked up, leave it off. Maybe you're thinking, so what if my engine runs at higher RPM? That's what it's built for. Or maybe you think there's no real harm. But here's the truth. Every unnecessary high RPM shift creates hotter transmission fluid. Hotter fluid breaks down faster and loses its ability to lubricate. When lubrication fails, clutch packs start slipping. When clutch packs slip, you're looking at a $3,000 to $8,000 transmission rebuild. Here's the worst part. This damage happens so slowly you won't feel it until it's too late. By the time your transmission starts slipping, you've already done thousands in damage, all because you left one button on. Now, if you're finding these features helpful, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post videos like this every week that can save you thousands at the dealer. And if you've already turned off one of these features, drop a comment and let me know which one. I read every single one. Alright, let's keep going. Feature number 4, 4WD high on dry pavement. You went off-roading this weekend, or maybe you were driving through snow, so you turned on 4WD high. When you're done, you head back to the highway. But 20 miles down the road, you make a tight turn in a parking lot and feel rough steering. The handling's a bit off. That's when you realize you never turned off 4-wheel drive high. This happens constantly because GM doesn't put a 4-wheel drive indicator light on the dashboard. And here's what most people don't know. Those 20 miles cause more damage than you think. Here's the fix. As soon as you're back on pavement, switch to 2WD. Only use 4WD high on snow, ice, mud, or loose surfaces. Now, here's what happened in those 20 miles. When you're in 4-wheel drive high, your front and rear axles are locked together through the transfer case. They're forced to spin at the exact same speed. That works fine on slippery surfaces where your tires can slip and release tension. But on dry pavement, your tires grip too well. When you turn, your outer wheels need to travel farther than your inner wheels. But since they're locked together, something has to give. What gives is your drivetrain. Your U-joints take stress. Your CV axles twist. Your differentials bind. Your transfer case fights itself and builds excessive heat. All of that wear adds up to components that cost $1,500 to $5,000 to replace. And by the time you felt that rough steering in the parking lot, you'd already been damaging these parts for 20 miles straight. GM could have prevented this with a simple dashboard warning light, but they didn't. So it's on you to remember to switch back. Feature number 5, Auto 4 WD mode 24/7. If your Chevy has Auto 4 WD mode, you've probably heard people say, just leave it on all the time. It's automatic. It only engages when you need it. That sounds convenient, but here's what actually happens. At 65,000 miles, your transfer case starts making a whining noise. You take it to the dealer and they tell you it needs a rebuild. $2,500 to $5,000. Here's the fix. Only use Auto 4 WD when conditions actually need it. Snowy roads, icy patches, gravel. Dry pavement, switch back to 2-wheel drive. Now here's what's happening inside your transfer case when you leave it in auto mode. When you switch to Auto 4 WD, your front axle actuator engages immediately. Your front drive shaft starts spinning. Your front differential is turning. And inside your transfer case, there's a clutch pack under constant light pressure, waiting to send power to the front wheels the moment it detects slip. That clutch pack is working the entire time you're in auto mode, even on dry pavement when you don't need 4-wheel drive at all. It's applying friction, generating heat, and wearing down clutch material mile after mile. Here's the problem. That clutch pack wasn't designed for 24/7 use. GM designed it for occasional use, maybe 10% of your total driving time. When you leave it on constantly, you're using that clutch pack 10 times more than GM ever intended. So instead of lasting 200,000 miles, you're looking at transfer case failure at 65,000 miles. And here's the cruel part. If you're past your 60,000 mile warranty when it fails, you're paying for the entire rebuild out of pocket. Feature number 6, Eco Mode. During towing, you're hooking up your trailer to tow, or maybe you're loading the bed with heavy equipment, and you think, I'll keep it in eco mode to save some fuel. That sounds smart. But here's what you just did. You put your transmission in the worst possible mode for heavy loads. Eco mode is designed for one thing, maximizing fuel economy during light, unloaded driving. To do that, it delays shifts and holds lower gears longer. On flat highway with no weight, that's fine. But when you're towing or hauling, eco mode forces your transmission to work way harder than it should. You're pulling heavy weight while staying in lower gears longer. That creates massive heat and stress on your clutch packs. Here's the fix. When towing or hauling anything heavy, switch to normal or sport mode. Only use eco for unloaded highway driving. Now, here's what's happening inside your transmission. The transmission stays in 3rd or 4th gear longer, trying to save fuel, but you're pulling 5,000 pounds. That means your engine is lugging, high load at low RPM. Your transmission clutch packs are slipping, trying to handle all that torque, while the computer refuses to downshift. All of that creates heat, and when transmission fluid gets hot, it breaks down. When it breaks down, it stops lubricating properly. Your clutch packs wear out faster, your seals fail, your valve body starts sticking. The worst part? You thought you were being smart by saving fuel, but you're creating $3,000 to $8,000 in future transmission damage to save maybe $5 in gas on one trip. Feature number 7, lifetime fluid. Lie. Your owner's manual says lifetime transmission fluid. The dealer tells you it never needs changing. So you drive 100,000 miles without ever touching it. Then at 120,000 miles, your transmission starts slipping. Rough shifts, delayed engagement, then suddenly, the dealer says you need a rebuild which costs you $4,000. Here's the truth. Lifetime fluid doesn't mean the fluid lasts forever. It means the fluid is designed to last the warranty period, which is 60,000 miles for most Chevys. After that, if your transmission fails at 100,000 miles because you never changed the fluid, that's on you. Here's the fix. Change your transmission fluid every 50,000 to 60,000 miles. Sooner if you tow or haul regularly. Use only GM-approved Dexron 6 fluid. Now here's what happens to transmission fluid over time. It breaks down from heat and friction. Clutch material from normal wear contaminates it. Moisture gets in through temperature cycling. By 60,000 miles, your fluid has lost its ability to lubricate properly. It's dirty. It's contaminated. It can't cool the transmission effectively. But you keep driving because the manual said lifetime. Your clutch packs start slipping because the fluid can't handle the friction. Your valve body starts sticking because contaminated fluid clogs the passages. Your seals dry out and fail because the fluid's lost its conditioning properties. All of this damage is preventable. Can a transmission fluid change cost $200? A transmission rebuild costs $4,000. The lifetime fluid label makes trucks sound low maintenance. But most people don't keep vehicles past 150,000 miles. So, by the time your transmission dies at 120,000, you're out of warranty anyway. And that's all 7 hidden features that are destroying your Chevrolet transmission right now. If you found even one of these helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post videos like this every week that can save you thousands at the dealer. And drop a comment. Which feature are you turning off first? I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.